Nice to meet you.
Our guest, nice to have you here in our town hall.
Ja, we weten dat je heel druk bezet persoon zit, maar dat de tijd komt om
Absoluut.
een van ons een keer
Dit is van de Cultuur, ik denk nog, ja, this is a bar. It's ceramic, it's in stone.
Oh.
It's specially made for this room.
Oh.
Yes. It are symbols. These are the brains of people. You have people with small brains, you have people with large brains, but also IDs.
Yes.
It symbolizes the IDs from people.
Yes.
Man with great IDs, but with a lot of holes in it.
Yes.
Man with small IDs, but very, very persistent, very good, very solid,
Yes,
very
yes.
solid. They meet our counselors in the street, at the shop, in the union. They meet them. They tell their IDs to our counselors. Then the counselors, they come together every month around the table. They discuss it, and then they take a decision. And when the decision is taken, it goes to the people. And
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I was actually admiring
Yeah.
that piece.
Yeah, it's
So
very-
it's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it very much.
Now that I know the meaning behind it, it's even more.
Yeah,
I like it
yeah.
even more. Yes.
And that's another piece of art made by children of 9 years old.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
About the Great War. You see above 1940-80
Yes.
in his ears.
Yes.
In his ears. It is a boy from 9 years from Chechnya who goes here to school from Russia.
Right.
From yes, who is here, is living now with us, and he remembers the bombs in his town, and he had to do this. To really,
Wow.
a child of 9 years old.
9 years old. That's very,
Yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece.
From the digging of the canal between Bruges and Ghent. And it was English people
Oh, really?
to work.
To work.
Yeah. The workers were English families coming with their wives and their children, and the man worked here to dig the canal. Yeah.
Maria was talking to me about showing me the canal that was done by hand.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful paintings.
Yeah. Here you see the story of our municipality. The paintings on the wall are the story of our municipality. So, the first years, the years 650. 650. And this is a story from the part of Belgium, Flanders. In 1302, we went from France. There was a big fight, a big war between France and Flanders. They won against the French people. The new canal would make that Bruges would raise those taxes. So when there was people digging the canal, they came to stop them, and it was almost like now these days the time until the canal was digged. I think it was more than 100 years. Yeah, and it's all from 1714.
Really?
1714.
14.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, it's almost as old as the United States. It's in Dutch.
Oh, no, that's okay.
Probably you find someone who can translate it.
I have some.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
And I have a little other thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's very good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I love that.
It's in ceramic also.
Oh,
The friendship between the United States and Belgium
yes.
and our country.
Thank
We
you.
are-
Helen.
Yeah.
The doctors, the soldiers, and the families of those soldiers. And it's going to have interviews, video with the much you dedicate your lives to this, and it's so important. And just seeing, being here and seeing the cemeteries and here in the Netherlands, I am overwhelmed with the information.
All those young people.
Yes, all those young people. And I've written 3 books prior to this of wars. And Marina just seen one of them.
Yes.
And Mika as well. And it's preserving history. We need to remember what, what our past was, to be able to fix and not repeat the future. And so I'm going to do my own part in trying to share this information, because not everybody has the opportunity to come here and to see this. And it's so overwhelming. And with my prior book on World War II, I've actually interviewed the individuals that some of them fought here. They fought at Normandy, or they fought in other locations surrounding Netherlands, or some of them are part of the units that flew over the Netherlands to fight, and one of their units might have crashed over there. And so it kind of comes in a full circle. And so my goal is to do what I can to make a difference in our society today, in our youth, and in just every day, because then preserve it for the future, our future generations. And that's what the books that I have now have done. They're going to be preserved in, have you heard of Smithsonian?
Museum.
Yeah,
museum.
yes. And the Library of Congress. And the books are being worked out to possibly be in those locations. And so it will be preserved, yes. And there's stories, because my other book, you actually hear the veterans tell what happened.
There's an app on it so you can watch the videos and the interviews. It's amazing.
It's wonderful. So I'm going to, I call my books hybrids. Because like a car, you have gas and electric. With books, you have a tabletop photography book, right? Then you have a novel. Okay, it's neither a photo book or a novel. It's in between. So there's writing, but there's also video. But I make my work very personal. So when you read it and see it, it is almost like you're there. You know, it's not like a story that you have to read and get to a point. You're there, and it's like you're talking with them yourself. So because the questions I ask and things like that gets to the meat of everything, and that's what's important to me. And I think that's what makes my work different. And making a difference in any way I can is the most important thing.
He wrote also books.
I wrote a book about an officer who fought during 4 years in the First World War.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But it was more a journal. So I translated it from French and Dutch.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes, that's a very nice one. I have it also, yes. It's from the person who was living in the castle in Sintjoris. I showed you this morning with the long lane.
Yes.
Maybe I would like to add something on it. Because Jodi's father was Jodi's father was on a Higgins boat on the landing of Normandy. He never talked about it. So last week when we were in Normandy, I visited Higgins boat. So it's getting very personal, all those things. It's like for us going to Ypres and so, it's very personal. Yes, our dearest were over there.
You went to the museum also in Ypres?
Yes.
No, we didn't.
No, we have laid down.
Father's Fields. Father's Fields.
Yes. We laid down a crown on yes.
Not yet, I'm sorry.
No.
She has my schedule.
I'm sick.
And it's full. it's not simple.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I've seen it.
And,
So much to see too.
Yes.
and there's so much.
What to do this
Yeah.
next week.
Well, and I already have things scheduled for next year
Yeah.
and that too, so
Okay.
it's, like I explained to them earlier, this book, you have to be there. You have to see it
Yeah.
to be able to even write with emotion,
Mhm.
you know, and, you know, that's important,
Yeah.
you know,
That's true.
and is your book in English?
No, it's in Dutch.
Okay.
Yes.
Maybe I can translate it next year.
There's always a new project.
Project.
Yeah, like with us.
I think his English is better than mine because he was always in the army.
I was in the Navy.
Oh, the Navy.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic.
Very important function.
Yes.
And we sailed with the Americans in the NATO.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah.
Yes. Zo zingen ze.
Yeah.
What we have done, we've taken the opportunity in the morning. Jodi was taking an interview from a veteran that I knew, and he was actually in the concentration camp of Buchenwald when they liberated him. Very emotional.
Yeah.
And so in the afternoon we came back to Ypres, and we laid down there flowers on the Menon Gate.
Mhm.
And before there was a meet and greet, and you have to see the effort that people were putting in it to participate in your project. They were all there.
Yeah.
So the papers are going to interview. It's the same thing like the grave we have on Flanders Street from an American soldier. So this is amazing.
Mhm.
And Jodi,
Yes, yes.
it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Yes.
And I've also decided, with the help of Mika, is I will also be putting it out in Dutch.
Mhm. Yeah, that's very good. Very good. With the help of Dank u.
Can we go to the
Yes, dat
Yes.
is de laatste publiciteit.
Ah,
Yeah.
this is, I have found it.
Very good.
Yes.
That's good.
I have seen her earlier book. It's from the high school.
Yeah.
And the research is amazing.
And American people is interested in those stories of the war and what their people are.
Veterans, yes.
They are
Yes,
really
yes.
interested in it. Yeah.
Very, very much so.
Yeah.
I think everyone's so busy
Yeah.
that they don't stop and think.
Mhm.
But when someone gives them something to listen or read, or not necessarily read, but be able to visualize and talk, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Then what happens is they can't put the book down. And as I was talking yesterday, the book that I've done has actually helped several veterans
Yeah.
in various ways, whether if it is to seek help
Yeah.
or to help another that needs to seek help,
Mhm.
for them to understand that it's okay that you feel this way,
Yeah.
you know, because you've seen battle, so, you know, it's not normal,
Yeah.
and that, and so, you know, it's done a lot, and so now the word is starting to spread, and so now people are getting more and more interested. Not only that, but other countries are starting to get interested in preserving their history. They're starting to understand that preserving history is so important,
Mhm.
because they don't teach this stuff in school.
Yeah.
You know, they teach the dates, from this date to this date to this, you know, but they don't go into detail. The stories that you hear, you will never, ever read in
When
the
you're in
book.
school, they do it. I show you there the piece of art of the
Oh, yes,
children
yes.
of 9 years old. They
Yes.
have here. It's obliged here in those schools, in basic schools, to give at their age, 9 years, at least 1 week or 2 weeks about war, and what is war, and what
Yes.
needs it war, and for people, and so it's very good they do that.
Yes,
Very
and that's,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be writing about that,
It's the
because,
perfect age also.
yes,
And yes.
that's a perfect age.
Yeah.
And in America, they're starting to take things out of schools.
Yeah.
History is one. They've already taken cursive writing out,
Mhm.
so they don't even do that in school. So I'm asking, how are they signing their name? If see the value in it, but if I make it in a way that today's society can understand,
Yeah.
then that's what's
When you
important.
can translate it in a comprehensible form that that people can see, oh, those things, that's people from now also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and the fact that this is my books,
Yeah.
my last 3 books are physical books.
Yeah.
They're 8.5 by 11.
Yeah.
Okay. They're about so thick, and so when you open it up, you have the stories of the adventurers
Yeah.
and a portrait of them.
Yeah.
But it's just a brief story,
Yeah.
just something to catch. Oh, I want to know more. What happened? You know. And then when you go with your cell phone, your
Yeah.
tablet or iPad, or even
Yeah.
computer with the
Mhm.
camera and internet,
You can offer it.
you download the free app,
Yeah.
and you don't even have to fully touch the picture. You just kind of barely go over it,
Mm.
and it recognizes the image. It's not a QR. It's
Yeah.
called augmented reality.
Yeah.
And so as soon as you touch it, a video
Choice.
comes up. So you have a choice. You have the book can only hold like a teaser, like a trailer to a movie, and it holds a teaser.
Mhm.
And then below that video is a button to be able to go to the full story
Right.
and that. So you have your choice,
Yeah.
and or you have a choice to go to your computer
Yeah.
and watch it. Or some people have the new TVs with internet, and you can even do it on that as well. So it brings. You still have the physical book that they're now these days getting rid of, and but yet with the technology that the kids today understand,
Yeah.
and that,
That's
so
true.
it's kind of intermixing
You
both.
can buy your book on internet.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, on my website,
Ah,
and I'm working right now when I get back. I just released them in November,
Yeah.
and when I get back, I'm going to work at trying to get them in other locations as well. So yes, it would be amazing.
Dat is misschien even een tip van zo'n bibliotheek.
I look
Yes,
forward for it.
it was a big opportunity for the library here.
I'm sorry.
It is a great opportunity for the library here
to have such
to
books.
have those books.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
We,
Like old books or the new books?
oh, who knows? Yeah, we're talking about the vets. So our grandfathers were vets. We're coming back from the First World War, and after 4 weeks, there was business as usual. They were going to France for months to work again, and then we have seen later on, it's going to the 40s, as we were only 18 days in the Second World War. The vets from then want to forget it so fast as possible, because the Germans rolled over us, and then came the Americans, of course, yes. But my point is, you have the things about vets here. We have seen recently, 2-3 years ago, the cemetery in our little town of Sintjoris. I'm not throwing stones at anyone, but it was time to put our shoulders on it to restore it. We have the help of the mayor, he supported it immediately, and so we are now trying to get things rolling. The vet things, we did the research, we have all those things, and you see when you're going to school to the 9 or 10-year-olds, they're interested. We have clothes with us, we have books, we have grenades and all those things, and they are eager. It's the only, and if you tell them, oh, that was my grandfather, that was his medals. Is it alright? It's starting
Yes,
to
yes, they start to
so,
question.
yes, there is an enormous satisfaction for us.
But of course, it is a special period now.
Yeah.
It is 100 years ago that the First Great World War was in our countries and in our region, and that there are many things to do now. And it's a special occasion in those 4 years now. Myself, I have 3 sons in the age of 36, 33, and 29. 100 years ago, my 3 sons would be here more.
Yes.
When you think about that, it's really.
It's,
Yes.
it's
Yes.
very amazing.
You cannot have the thought they have to go to a hall and there was a lottery.
Yes.
You were in or you were out.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
this
That's,
young guys,
We are so lucky we are in peace now.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
can drink something
Yes.
and we can talk
Yes,
to each
yes,
other.
yes, exactly, exactly.
Yes, and I hope in the future, if the Americans are coming back, it's on holiday.
Yes.
Not for the rescue us for the third time.
So I have to leave you, I have to leave you, I have other jobs to do.
Yes.
So,
Most definitely, I
yes,
appreciate you taking your time with me.
Yeah.
Yes. Kunnen we nog een fotootje nemen, man? Fotootje nog?
Oh, dat kan maar zeggen.
Ah ja, ja, dus even
Oh,
for a professional picture.
yes.
Put the glasses on.
You see the chair with the bears on it?
Yes, so I said I noticed that as we were walking in.
Maar dat is jullie die... Hoe je voor de pak? Nee? En met zaasten. En dan kiest dat ziet weer toch met historische ding. I think for the picture it's very historical setting here.
Yes.
We take them here?
Okay.
Yes, it's going
The
to
marriage.
I forget mine is at home. Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yours.
no-
Okay.
Maybe you can drop down.
Yes, yes.
the other pockets.
Zoek een pastel, Johan.
Ja, of aan de ene kant is misschien.
Oh, yes.
We stay here. Komt er maar bij, hoor. You stay a little. You stay a
Short
little.
one.
Yes. You give a hand. Yes. Nee, other hand. Ja. Toneel spelen. Oké.
Geen vraagje over mijn mede-bestuursleden, want
Absoluut. Absoluut.
maybe one with a whole bunch of the historical association now on.
Yes.
That's,
Ja, komt er maar
Nog bij?
Komt van de zijkant. Ja, komt van de zijkant bij. Ja. En een halve set of zo? Ja. Oké.
That's okay.
Thank you. I see.
Oh, you're better.
Marissa? I already said.
Ah,
One favor. Possible that Mieke erbij is.
Ja.
Ja, maar bal. Oké.
Kom even wat eraan.
Nou, Mieke, sorry, maar dat heb ik fantastisch vergeten.
We see on the pictures the colors of these walls are very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Oh, I can tell. But again, thank you
Have a
for
nice
your
day.
time.
Have a nice trip and
Thank you.
I wish you success with your writing.
Well,
And certainly I look forward to find something in the plan.
oh, yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Thank you very much for your time and for the special gift.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bedankt voor de tijd.
Ja, bedankt voor de net even voor ja. Dus Martien, weet je hoe dat
Ja,
voor jullie is voor de ja, ja, dat zijn jullie bedankt voor
Ja.
de
Ja,
dat zien ze. Ja, 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 dat is gewoon echt voor je. Ja, 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 dat zien ze. Bedankt voor de ronde. Dat zien ze. Ja,
so
zo.
Thank you.
Ja, ja.
now we're going to make a very short